Hi, thank you for joining me today on The Chamber Does What? I'm Tammy Randolph from the Chamber of Commerce, and I have a very special guest, one of my bosses. She doesn't like being called that, but I still call her that. Lisa Fain. She's the Vice President of Operations at the Chamber of Commerce. Lisa, thank you for coming.
Well, thank you for having me, Tammy.
And I'm still going to say you're my boss. You're a higher rank, so you're a boss.
Whatever.
Now, there's a lot of things that you do at the Chamber. I mean, you keep us running, but there's a program that you're in charge of that's fabulous from the Chamber, and that's Leadership Cleveland. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Oh, I love Leadership Cleveland. And I mean, everybody that goes through just comes out so much more enlightened when they came in. But basically, Leadership Cleveland is an 8 to 9 month program that is designed to develop upcoming leaders or nonprofit leaders to go through and really learn in depth about our community. So each month they are going to a different or do a different day. So like one month we have Heritage and Tourism Day. So they go all around Cleveland and learn about Cleveland, heritage, all the tourism. They have guest speakers. They go to the different locations. We have a manufacturing day. We have a nonprofit day. I mean, we've got so many days in there. But when they come out of the program, everybody that says, oh, I've lived in Cleveland all my life, I already know this. No, they don't. I can go ahead and guarantee they do not know what all they're going to learn. And then the friendships that they make throughout the program are just phenomenal. And then also to actually get to meet with leaders of these certain groups that they're going to meet. You get to meet the plant managers. You get to go through Mars. Not many people get to go through Mars.
That has, over all of the years, I think the Mars tour has been the highlight for everybody who goes through.
Yeah, and you leave with a big bag of swag. So it's always kind of nice. But, you really get to learn the in-depth of, say, on Manufacturing Day, you're going to get to learn all about those. We go through about 4 manufacturers, so you really get to learn like what's made here in Cleveland, where all it goes to, like just down to the nitty gritty on that actual manufacturer. And the same with Public Safety Day. We get to visit the fire hall, we get to visit the police station, we go to the jail. So we really get to learn, maybe where you don't want to go. Mm-hmm. So, but it's just a great day, and then you get to meet the leaders of all those facilities as well.
I remember when I went through Leadership Cleveland, it was, I think, my second or third year at the Chamber. And when we went through the jail, I had no idea that we actually have like a coroner here and that we have a forensic lab
right.
here. I thought that always got sent off somewhere. So that was always kind of surprising to me. And I enjoyed, they had the canine units.
Yep.
Those are terrifying, but I didn't realize they're just big old puppies. I mean, they're playing with those balls and they're so excited to get the ball to play with.
It's just really neat to have, it's hands-on experience that they're getting to have with each individual place that they go. And then we do take an overnight trip to Nashville, so we learn about state government. So we get to go up there and we get to meet our state senators and our state representatives. We get to meet Trey Hargert, the Secretary of State. We get to sit through a Senate session. I mean, they actually get to see how state government runs.
And you spend it's an overnight. So, you have one whole full day up on the hill.
And then a half of the next day.
And half of the next day. So it's a pretty in-depth trip up there.
It is. And they always learn because, not many people get to go up on the hill and really get the behind the scenes. And, we do have Representative Howe's assistant plans those days for us. So we really do get behind the scenes and get to talk to some people that if you just went, you wouldn't get that.
Didn't you say on this last trip from the last cohort, they toured the state Supreme Court, and the tour guide was a state Supreme Justice?
Yes, he always is. Yeah.
So you have a Supreme Court Justice from the state of Tennessee who is your tour guide.
Right.
That is a
really
wealth of information to be able to ask questions on right there.
Oh, it's very fascinating. I mean, the Supreme Court, I had no idea how that worked, and it's very fascinating. I'm very, very pleased that the Supreme Justice actually does that for us.
Now, there is, you can't have 500 people in there because of the places that you go.
Right.
So how many usually are there in a cohort?
We usually have 24 to 25 in a cohort, and that's full. 24, 25 is a full class. For the past couple of years, we've had 40 apply. So I'm glad to see that the program is getting bigger, it's getting more interest. So really the applications are, you got to put your best foot forward on those applications to be chosen to go through. And if you don't get through the first year, you possibly could get through the second year. You just need to let me know if that's what you want to still have your name in the hat. But it's great. It's grown tremendously. So we're really happy to have that. I think we've been doing this for 40, I think this year was 40 years.
Oh, wow. See,
I haven't been doing it 40 years, but it has been around for 40 years.
Well, I know I've been there for 21, and we've been doing it for 21 years. So, and I'm pretty sure that it was way before my time. Yeah. So that's great. Now, say on an average for one of the days, say that it is Health and Services Day. So how long are they usually in there for a day, and how many, I mean, would they do 3 stops, and how does that a day look
They
for
start
them?
out. We're going to start out at 8 o'clock. We have to be very prompt because the companies are expecting us at a certain time. So we only have. Typically, we have about, depending on the day, but typically it's about an hour at each stop, an hour to an hour and a half. So, you may have at least 5 stops in a day, and that's also going to include lunch in there as well. So the program does include all your food, all the travel. I mean, there's really no out-of-pocket expense for you once you pay for the program. But you have at least 5 stops, like I said, depending on the day. I think on the manufacturing day we have 4 stops because we get to tour the plants, so that is going to take a little bit longer than an hour and a half.
I remember we toured Whirlpool on mine as well. And you definitely got all my steps in, because when they say it's 1,000,000 square feet, and that's the first time I've seen people riding bikes in a warehouse and in a facility. And the number of manufacturers now that are using bikes and scooters because they've gotten so large, you definitely get your steps in. My watch was really confused about where I was at.
It's just neat to see behind the scenes in manufacturing too, because you just have that, old school idea of what manufacturing is, and it is not.
It is
not.
not.
It is not. It's very automated, very clean. I mean, it's just really nice to kind of see also what we make here in Cleveland, Bradley County.
That's always been the surprise. Like, I had no idea what Eaton Electrical did.
Right.
Until we did it. Now I know if there's a switch somewhere in the world, it's come from Eaton Electrical.
Yeah.
Now, the biggest commitment is time.
Yes.
So, because like you said, it's one time a month.
Yes. We start in September and it ends in May. So we have our retreat in September, and then we have graduation in May. But also in May, we have our last class. So really, you're kind of meeting 2 times in May. You really can only miss one time and still be able to graduate. Because if you're missing one time out of 8 or 9, you really are missing a lot when you miss one time. So if you miss more than once, you can't graduate with that class. And it's just because you really didn't get the full benefit out of the class. And we want to make sure that you're getting the full what you paid for. So it's all day. So you have to make sure that you can be out of your job for that one full day, and that is part of the application process. So you have to sign it that you understand the commitment, and then also your supervisor has to sign it that they're willing to basically let you be out of the office for that one full day.
And they're not having to worry about getting lost trying to find places, because we move them.
No, we move them. We don't have them drive. We don't have them drive to Nashville. We don't have them drive around town. They are on our buses. And, for the past 2 years, we've been blessed in having Legacy Village and Avail Senior Living provide buses for us, and they provide the drivers as well. But we've been blessed that they have donated the buses, and they take us around town. So that's been a great thing. So no, we don't have them. They don't use anything of theirs.
Well, I think it's really good because you're all together all that time. And so, you come together and you've got 25 people that you don't know, 25 people in there. But by the end of it, not only are you getting all of this in-depth information about Cleveland and Bradley County that, like you said, even if you've lived here your whole life, you don't know, you now have 25 more people that you have established relationships with.
Oh, that's, just the friendships, and not only just the friendships, but like we're talking working relationships. Well, I guess I should rephrase that. Working relationships, and then it develops into friendships, which I think is even greater. But, you've got 25 people or 24 people in your class that you can call on if you need something, if you need a question. I know last year's class, they still meet. They meet once a month and get together and go out on a Thursday. I mean, it's just nice to see that those friendships have bonded, but then they can also call each other when they need something work-related too. So and then the same way for the places that we go and visit, they develop the relationships with those leaders as well. So it's really nice. And nonprofits that go through, they can apply for a scholarship. So we do give a scholarship. It might just be half of a scholarship, but we do give a portion of a scholarship to a nonprofit so that they can go through.
That's good. Now, if I'm having a little mind blank, I was going to ask you something you were talking about. Now I've completely forgot what I was going to say. When do the applications come out?
They're going to come out over the summer, so late June at the earliest, late June to early July, I'm going to say. We really don't have to change much on the application, but they'll come out over the summer, and then by August, middle of August, you'll know if you've made it in or not. And a committee actually goes through and chooses who gets through. So it's not, I don't, as the chamber, like to look at that. So it's very important on the application to put why you want to answer the questions. Basically,
Answer.
it's very important to answer the questions. Don't put just one sentence answers. I mean, it's important to write out the answers and make it almost like a little essay, because you are competing to get into the class. I mean, it's just a phenomenal opportunity to go through, and the cost is $1,350 for chamber members and $1,600 for non-members. But really, over the course of 8 or 9 months, $1,350 is not a large investment for the knowledge that you're getting. Plus, it's your overnight trip to Nashville. It's all your food. I mean, it's everything.
It's everything.
But you can't put a price on like what you're learning and the relationships that you are going to build.
Now, do you lead each trip every week?
I do
every
not.
month?
I do not.
does
We
that
have
work?
2 leaders that take a day. So 2 leaders will sign up to take take the nonprofit day, for example, or the tourism and heritage day, and then they actually lead. And these are past folks that have gone through the program, so they have to be an alumna of Leadership Cleveland to actually lead the day. We try to swap that out too every few years, just because everybody seems to want to lead a day, so we want to give everybody the opportunity to be able to lead. So that's great.
Now, we're also, this is kind of a little branch off, but we do a youth leadership program.
Correct.
For the high schoolers, it's very similar.
And free
Free
yeah.
for the kids. We don't do overnights in the high schoolers.
No, we're not crazy.
But the reason I bring it up is because there's some crossover. We have some of the adult leadership who now work with the youth leadership group.
And we actually have had adults go through that said, I went through this as youth. So that's kind of neat. Kind of makes you feel really old, but that's kind of neat. They say, I went through this when I was in high school, and now they're at their big boy and big girl job, and they're actually going through as well. So that's neat. But yeah, we do have, so I'm sorry, missed your question, Tammy, on the crossover.
I was just
there.
saying, we've got some of that have gone through the adult leadership who now are mentoring in the youth leadership
Yes.
and leading days
Yes.
and helping select
Yeah.
that as well.
Yeah, so Danielle with the youth leadership, now she always goes, but she always has a leader to go to. But yeah, our adult leadership wants to be involved in the youth because they've loved it so much. They really want to help shape the youth in their program as well.
So it doesn't just have to be you do this and then you just move on. I mean, there's ways to stay
No.
involved with
definitely.
it and still participate in youth leadership, adult leadership,
Right.
and then encourage others to do it as well.
And we are, we've tried to bring back our alumni program the past couple of years, so we're still working on that. So there's an opportunity to still be a part of a leadership program through the alumni. Now, we don't do days and things like that, but we like to have socials or get-togethers so that all the classes can meet each other. So it's not just your class that you get to meet the class from 10 years ago, or it's that you can have more relationships through the alumni program.
I know we did one last summer at Wind River Built and had a lunch and got to have a tour, and it's a beautiful place out there with what they're doing. And it was exciting. Went to the Lookouts opening game and saw where they had built the team store
Right.
and the ticket booth. And we're like, hey, looks Wind River Built.
Yeah.
Yay, go Cleveland.
I mean, you really kind of start now. Once you kind of go through the program, you start really looking around to our region and see what we do for the region. Like, Cleveland and Bradley counties in Chattanooga now at the Lookouts. So it's kind of not. It's nice to see once you go through the program that you really recognize those things.
Yeah. If someone is interested, what can they do to find out about the application?
Well, the application will be on our website, so clevelandchamber.com. So the application always stays on the website. I'll just have to update it for this upcoming, and Erin will get that updated for me, and we'll get that on the website. And then, or they can reach out to me at lfain@clevelandchamber.com, and then be put on a potential Leadership Cleveland group. And so then when the applications come out, I send all the applications to past people that have gone through the potential group, people that sponsored people to go through. So a mass email goes out. But if you are interested and want to be put on that potential list, that they should reach out to me, or they can call us at the chamber too.
Great. This also opens up opportunities for chamber members to sponsor days as well. They can
Yes.
sponsor a lunch. They can sponsor for different aspects of Leadership Cleveland. Correct?
Exactly. I mean, that's a way for your name to get out to 24 people from different walks in Cleveland. You've got nonprofits, you've got manufacturing, you've got banking. I mean, there's all kinds of walks that go through Leadership Cleveland. It's not limited to a type of business. So if you wanted to sponsor a lunch, I mean, I would very much appreciate it. That would be great. But your name is getting out there to those 24 people. If you want to sponsor a lunch, I'd even let you come in and talk to them during lunch. So, I mean, it's, unless there's a working lunch, but, would let you talk to them. So I think that would be a great opportunity to do as well.
Great. There's lots of opportunities for people with Leadership Cleveland.
Oh,
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank
Yes.
you so much for coming and talking about it.
Thank you for having me.
If you are interested, please call the Chamber, 423-472-6587. Check out the website. It's under, I think, the Resources tab. Or call Lisa Fain, lfain@clevelandchamber.com. Thank you. I'll see you next time. Like, follow, share. Tell your friends. Bye-bye.